Hello chess lovers, I have a fantastic game for you played by a 12-year-old Magnus Carlsen. His opponent is Dennis Rylander and the game was played in 2003 in Stockholm. Carlsen started with d4, f5 by black, dash defense, g3, knight f6, bishop g2, g6, black is choosing this Leningrad variation, knight f3, bishop g7, we see castling by both sides, c4, d6, knight c3, knight c6, d5, knight e5, knight takes e5, d takes e5, e4. Now comes a very aggressive response by black, f4, g takes f4, e takes f4, e5, knight g4, e6, and now Carlsen is not even allowing this bishop to breathe. Look at this pawn on e6, knight e5, now comes c5, f3, bishop h3, and a very dubious move by black, g5. Black is starting an immediate attack on the king side by sacrificing the pawn, which opens up the queen's path. Black is going to bring the queen to h5 square, a very standard queen maneuver in Dutch defense, but a better move was b6, trying to activate this bishop by playing bishop a6, but instead we see this pawn sacrifice g5 and king h1 by Carlsen. Now what will happen if you capture on g5? Black can play queen e8, if king h1 then queen h5, rook g1, queen takes h3, rook g3, queen h5, bishop takes e7, rook f4. Now white has two pawns against a piece. Well, the engines are evaluating this position as equal, but in reality this is a very complex position. That's why Carlsen chose a more calmer line, starting with king h1. By the way, in this case Carlsen is also losing the bishop on h3. We see g4, queen d4, g takes h3, and here comes another strong move by Carlsen. Can you find his next move? Ready? Now comes bishop h6. Carlsen is just giving up both his bishops. Bishop takes h6, queen takes e5, rook f6, rook g1 check, rook g6. By the way, if we move like king h8, then knight e4 is very strong, and this can be very unpleasant for black. But instead we see rook g6 in the game, queen h5, king g7, the threat was queen takes h6, king g7, protecting the bishop, rook takes g6 check, h takes g6, rook g1, queen e8, knight e4. The last piece is also joining the attack. Right now Carlsen is a piece down, but look at these black pieces, they are so passive and black king is in danger. c6, queen e5 check, king g8, and on knight g5 the threat is knight f7, followed by queen h8 checkmate. We see bishop takes g5 in the game, queen takes g5, king g7, and now comes rook g4. White is bringing the rook to h file, and this can be very dangerous for black. That's why Carlsen's opponent decided to give up this bishop, but of course Carlsen is not even paying attention to that hanging bishop. He plays queen e5 check, king g8, and now rook h4, bishop takes d5, rook h8 check, king f7, rook h7 check, king f8, and queen g7 checkmate. What a brilliant game by a 12-year-old chess prodigy Magnus Carlsen. Your comments and questions please, and thanks for watching. Good luck.